Hello, hello friends. Welcome back to my kitchen for Whatcha Cooking Wednesday. If we haven't met before, I'm Charisse, your pampered chef, and I am so excited that you've joined us tonight. And many of you every week. I appreciate that. So, what are we cooking tonight? What are you guys cooking for dinner? What's in your ovens? When do you start baking for the holiday season? Some of you I know have already started. Put them in the freezer, all right? I know that's going on. Well, I'm going to do a little pre-baking myself. So tonight we are going to be making a real easy recipe because guess what? I used a mix. This is our shortbread cookie mix. It just needs butter, 2 sticks of butter, and this mix. That's it. And then you refrigerate it for an hour before you start using it. And that's it. Roll it out, make these cute little cookies. I'm going to show you those in a minute. We have these are our Linzer cookie cutter set that we're using. So I cut the big part out here, but then I also cut out the little window, as it were. You can see here through this. So these are kind of traditional cookies. Many people make them with the shortbread. And then you fill them with jam, traditionally raspberry, but you could really use anything. I had a jar of last year's holiday jam, which I absolutely love. It's my last jar. I'm so sad. I was really hoping they were going to bring it back this year. It's kind of a spiced like nutmeg and orange, raspberry, cranberry all together. It's really yummy. Anyways, that's what I'm using. But raspberry is traditional. What flavor jam would you put in yours? All right, love to hear. I've done apricot before, so many things. So easy peasy with this mix. Okay, I didn't have to measure anything out. 2 sticks of butter and this mix. Super easy. Okay. So I've got my oven set to 350. And I'm going to get going here with this last. Now this is half of the dough. So I cut the dough in half. Used half of it earlier so I could pre-bake some cookies and have them all ready to go. And then I'm actually using our old sugar shaker because I have 3 of these in my house. I have 2 silver ones. They have the powdered sugar and cornmeal in them for when I'm making pizza. And then I have my old one I still keep. This one has my flour in it, okay? So you may need several sugar shakers because they can do multiple purposes. Sometimes in the winter, I keep one with some cocoa in it, because I like to put, sprinkle it on my hot cocoa with whipped cream or my coffee. So lots of uses for the shakers, the sugar shakers. What would you use yours most for? All right, I'd love to hear. All right, so we're gonna keep rolling this out, and at first it's pretty stiff because it's cold, it's hard, right? So just kind of keep moving it around, rotating the cookie dough, and it'll get softer as we go through here, okay? And it gets easier to roll it out. And you can even do a half or quarter, cut this in half to make a quarter. Do a quarter at a time. By doing it half at a time, if I get interrupted, it's not a big deal because I can, kind of come back to it. And I haven't, used up all the dough. All right, this needs to be a little thinner. It's kind of cracking on me. I'm not too worried about that. It's just because it's cold. And it'll get better as we keep rolling it out. All right. Sometimes my first batch when I roll out is a little thick because I'm not quite paying attention. You guys are getting the ideas, right? So you want to get it to about a 1/4 inch thick. So if you haven't seen, this is our rolling pin. We actually have inches and centimeters on here. So just that kind of bottom line is about a 1/4 inch. So I can stand it up and see kind of where I'm at. So we're just about there. I think that's pretty good. A little thick over there. You can kind of feel it. You know, you just kind of got to roll it and feel it. And you can tell if you have any thicker spots. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put a little extra powder over here, flour I should say, because I like to dip the cookie cutters in there a little bit because it just makes it, right now they're going to kind of pop out easily, but when the dough gets softer, it's a little bit harder to pop them out. So you want to cut out an even number because we're going to be layering these cookies. So I did 3 of those. I could do another 3 circles the same way. So this is just a plain circle. This one has a little scallop edge, so I like to use this one for the top. And I'll show you in a minute what the... So I'm going to do 3 of those. I'll do it over here, I think. Still feels a little thick. I think I still have it a little thick. Let's see if I can roll this out just a bit thinner. There we go. All right. And then we have the star. All right. Here's our star. So we can do an even number of those. I'm just setting them off to the side for a minute. There we go. Again, even number. So I need to do 4 of these. I'm doing, see if I can get another one out of there. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so I got 4 of those. Then I'm going to take, I want to do the little star in 2 of them. All right, so dip that little star, and then you just cut it right in the middle, and look at, I have a little window. Now you can save these, pop that out, save these little stars or hearts. I'm going to do hearts in the scalloped ones in just a second here. And when you do that, now these I would suggest cooking separately from the big cookies because they don't take 10 minutes to bake. They don't take hardly any time at all. And so then I'm taking the heart. I could do a circle. So there's the heart. All right. I'm going to use the back end of the spoon. The heart's a little hard to get out unless you got little teeny tiny fingers. Or I can do a regular circle. I do another circle in there so that it comes out like that. And that way you see more of the jam. All right. But yeah, I like to save these little pieces. You could decorate pies with them or just kind of put them around the cookie platter with these little bitty hearts and stars. How cute are those, right? Love that. Okay. So there, I've got those ready to go. This I will just then mash back up. If you've made cookie doughs, cut out cookies before, you're just kind of mash it back up, right? And roll it back out. That's all we're going to keep doing with that. But I've got some ready to go, so I want to show you. Let me just wrap this up real quick. Keep it moist so it doesn't dry out. And I'll come back to that a little bit later. So I'm using our pastry mat to cut these on. So perfectly safe for this. You don't want to use a knife or anything on this, but it makes it really nice to have a little work area, right? All right, so I'm going to grab my cookie sheet and I'm going to put a couple more cookies on here. All right, I'm keeping it even. Move around. Now I haven't done anything to this cookie sheet, just the way it is. This is one of our cookie sheets, and I didn't have to grease or anything. You don't have to. They're non-stick. They're fabulous. I have been using Paper Chef cookie sheets to bake my cookies on forever, okay? These go in the oven for about 10 minutes. Now, if you like them a little crispier, or if they're a little thicker, you might have to go a couple extra minutes, okay? So, 350 for 10 minutes. And put them in the middle rack. You bake in your middle rack, okay? The middle rack is for baking. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Don't want to forget. So one thing I want to tell you about, we have a Black Friday sale going on right now. 20% off over 90 items, okay? And one of the items is our cookie baking set. So you get 2 of these cookie sheets, in there. And I'm going to pop these cookies on here while I think of it. Where did I do? Oh, there they are. I'm like, where's my cutout ones? There they are. All right, pop these over here. So you get 2 of these cookie sheets. You get 2 of our cooling racks, and they are stackable. So I'm going to put them on top of here real quick and show you. I'm going to move it over here to the middle so you can see. All right, and the legs are fold down, so it makes it super easy for storage, okay? But this way, if you're limited on counter space, you can stack these up. So it comes with 2 cookie sheets, 2 racks, the medium scoop, which is your, like many people call this the cookie scoop. I know I have for many years. And, where is it? The nylon mini serving spatula, which I know y'all love, right? Who could use an extra one of these, even if you have one, right? So that's the set. Normally $125, I think, with the discount comes down to like $84. So great deal. All right, I'm gonna put this on the side. Now you can also use this flat, like if you just want to put it as like a trivet. A tip for decorating your cookies, if you're icing cookies, this can sit over your sink, like this way or this way, depending on your sink. And you can put your cookies here and then drizzle, and it goes right in the sink and just wash it away, right? Or sprinkles. Do your sprinkles over the sink. So much easier to clean up. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I'm all about easy cleanup. I'm just telling you, okay? All right. Oh no, one of my cookies broke. That means I get to taste test it. All right. So let's get our jam on here. I'm going to show you how to finish these up. So about a teaspoon of jam. See if it's going to come out for me. Probably not. All right, we're using my fingers. All right, these are my cookies. I'm eating them. If I was giving these away, I would probably not put my fingers on them. But I'm going to be eating all of these ones. Now, you can freeze, before you put the jam on, you can freeze them like this, like making them up now, and then you can have them ready for your cookie platters later on, all right? So we want to spread this out on our little stars here. I'm just using my measuring spoon. You could use a knife or the spreader, or all-purpose spreader works well too. So you just want to spread out your jam. It's going to kind of mush out when you place the other one on top. But for now, oh, I forgot to grab my other sugar shaker out with my powdered sugar. I don't think that one is the powdered sugar one. All right. And then we're just going to put the little top cups on them. Press it down a little bit so that it goes all over. I might squeeze out a little bit. There we go. Look at that. All right, let me grab my... Oh, I love that jam. Oh, so good. All right. I forgot to get out the actual powdered sugar one. Because then... Oh, maybe that is the powdered sugar one. Let me see. Oh, it is. I did have the right one out. Okay. Whoop. I got that first one a little bit over. You want a more shake. This one has gotten a little... See, pampered, not perfect, okay? Just do this. Tap some of that off of there. Okay. If not, it might be good the way it is, right? So, easy peasy, these little cookies. But like I said, you can put whatever your favorite jam is in here. I'm going to take a little taste test of this one that has the, I should have used the broken piece on him. Get in there. All right. Yes, I'm licking my fingers because I can. I'm going to eat that too. All right. A little powdered sugar on him. Let me tell you, this here makes one of the best bites ever. Shortbread, along with the jam. Oh my Lord. I'm just going to eat dinner now. Eat my cookies, right? Delish. So, start your baking now. Like I said, freeze these without the jam on them. No problem. Pull them out. Put the jam in them. A little powdered sugar. serve them up, give them away, whatever you want. How easy is that, right? So let me know what kind of jam you will put in your Linzer cookies. Have you made Linzer cookies before? Maybe you haven't. They're really easy and simple and delicious. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will share the link for this recipe, of course, because you can make the shortbread from scratch. I have the recipe to make them from scratch. You don't need the mix. The mix just makes it super easy, right? And I will put the link in for our Black Friday sale so you can check out all the 90 plus items that are on sale right now. You don't have to wait for Black Friday. So that's it for this week. Tell me what you think about this recipe. Would you make them? Would you not? And I will be back next week with something else. I don't know yet. I will figure it out. Something holiday related, I'm sure. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.